Hello, this is the Createquity editorial team. We are here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania for the 2013 Grantmakers in the Arts Conference. I'm Ian David Moss.
I am Talia Gibbous.
And I'm Daniel Reed. We're trying something new this year. There are three of us as the Createquity bloggers, and as you'll see, we are live on video. Actually, by the time you see this, we've recorded.
Not live.
In fact, not live at all. But we're starting live, and that's new for us. We're going to, at the end of each day of the first 3 days of the conference, today Sunday, tomorrow Monday, and Tuesday, we're going to try giving quick video recaps of our experiences, us asking each other questions about our experiences, to try to give you a bit of the flavor fresh off the presses.
All right.
And another thing that we decided to try coming to the conference was to divide up the sessions so that each of us has a healthy dose of sessions that cover topics that we don't know anything about. And to kick that off, Ian decided to attend the Arts Education Pre-Conference today.
Yeah, so I'm a little bit of an arts education newbie, although I've learned a lot from working with Talia the last couple of years. And so the Arts Education Pre-Conference had a kind of two-part structure. The morning talked about the Common Core State Standards, which is a new initiative to try and bring standardization in assessment to states across the country. 45 states have adopted it so far. And the afternoon was actually focused more on the state and local levels of arts education advocacy. So there were a couple of things that I found kind of interesting about the conversations today. The first is more of a small thing that just came up during the morning session. There's a big movement in the arts education community around STEM to STEAM. So for those of you who don't know, the STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and math. It's very buzzwordy right now in the education community generally, and the arts have sort of tried to shoehorn their way in by adding the A to make it STEAM and add arts into that mix. But the morning speakers were a little bit skeptical of the kind of impact of STEAM to date, in part because it's not that big of a pie in terms of the resources that are available for it at the federal level. They said it was a different story at state and local levels. So the focus instead, the suggestion was to focus more on Title I funds, which are by far a larger pot of money that are available to education generally and potentially therefore to arts education. The other thing that I found that was kind of interesting was just this general notion of decentralization of education and what the implications there are for arts education initiatives. There seemed to be a general sense that there's only so much one can do at the federal level or even at the state level with arts education, because there's so much of a strong tradition of local control of how these education initiatives actually get implemented. And so for me, it kind of brings up the question of how we can have these wonderful examples of big city programs, such as one we heard about today called Ingenuity in Chicago, that brought together the teachers union and cultural organizations and the mayor's office to really move things forward in arts education for the city of Chicago. Seems like a very impressive initiative. There are others like it in cities and other big cities across the country, but what about the rural areas that don't necessarily have access to those same kinds of resources? So these are some things that were brought up for me by the Arts Education Pre-Conference.
My day was a little bit less substantive. This is my my first time at GIA, and I went to the newcomers reception, which is a great institution that GIA has put into place. They bring people who are coming to the conference for the first time, give them insider tips about what to do and what not to do. It was really helpful. I will say that some people, when they found out I'm here to blog the conference, were a little bit hesitant as to whether they should keep talking to me. Please don't be alarmed. We are nice people.
Well, don't feel bad, because the first time that I came to the GIA conference, I was the sole official conference blogger. This was in 2009, and they actually gave me a name tag that had this huge kind of stripe that said blogger on it. So when I came up to people and told them that I was here to blog the conference, people wanted nothing to do with me. But we are kind and gentle folk, we promise.
Be nice to your bloggers.
Yes, exactly. And we hope to continue to bring our experiences from GIA 2013 tomorrow and on Tuesday. So look out for us on the internets.